All right, let's dive in. We are going to tackle one of the biggest questions on every leader's mind right now. How do you actually build an AI strategy that works? One that cuts through all the noise and delivers real bottom-line value. Let's get to it.
The pressure is on, right? Everybody feels like they have to do AI. But let's be real, getting this wrong is super expensive. We're talking about huge investments that, without a solid plan, can just disappear into failed projects with absolutely zero return. The stakes couldn't be higher.
And that's the core problem for every leader, isn't it? You're stuck between the fear of missing out and the fear of wasting a ton of money. So, the big question is, how do you make sure your investment in AI actually creates real, measurable value for your business? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down.
To get this right, we need to start with one really simple but incredibly powerful idea. It's all about smart minds and smart tools.
It really just comes down to this: smart minds using smart tools. See, this isn't about machines taking over. Not at all. It's about a powerful partnership. This is the mindset you have to have before you even think about spending a single dollar on new tech.
So what does that really mean? The key phrase here is synergistic combination. This isn't just about handing your team some new software. It's about pairing what humans do best, creativity, innovation, with what machines do best, crunching massive amounts of data. One without the other is just a huge missed opportunity.
Okay, so with that core idea in place, we've got to ask the single most important question of all. Why are we even doing this?
It seems like such an obvious question, but you'd be shocked how many leaders can't give a clear answer. Why are you really doing this? And if your answer is something like, well, our competitors are, or we need to look innovative, that's just not good enough. You've got to find the real business reason.
The real why is never just to use AI. AI is the tool, not the goal. You use it to completely rethink how your business runs, to hit very specific performance targets. And maybe most importantly, you use it to totally reinvent how you do business, not just slap a coat of automation on old, broken processes.
So, once your why is crystal clear, you need a practical game plan for the how. This is your guide to actually making it happen. But first, you have to understand this massive shift in thinking. For decades, traditional strategy was all about building a sustainable advantage. Digging a moat around your castle to keep competitors out. While the new digital world is all about constant, unpredictable change. Your goal isn't to build a fortress anymore. It's to become agile enough to ride the waves of chaos.
And here's the framework to help you do exactly that. A simple 4-step plan for any leader. This is your roadmap for turning all that AI hype into actual results. Let's break it down, step by step.
Step 1, and honestly, it's the most critical. Always start with performance. What's the business outcome you're trying to drive? Is it higher efficiency, better customer loyalty, faster R&D? Technology is just the vehicle. If you start your AI strategy meetings by talking about specific algorithms, you're already way off track.
Next, you've got to focus on capabilities, not on specific fleeting technologies. The programming languages and platforms that are hot today, they'll be replaced tomorrow. So don't get bogged down in the weeds. Instead, understand the broad capabilities, things like prediction, automation, or understanding language, and the general direction the tech is headed. You got to see the forest, not just the individual trees.
And finally, execution. This is where the rubber meets the road. A brilliant strategy is completely worthless if it just sits in a PowerPoint deck. The real magic happens when you translate that high-level vision into your day-to-day business processes. And I want you to remember this: superior execution with just good technology will beat average execution with the best tech in the world every single time.
Okay, so let's bring this down from the clouds. What does this actually look like in practice?
This right here, this is the key technical shift you have to get your head around. For decades, business software was built on hard-coded rules. If this happens, then do that. The revolution we're in is moving away from that rigid logic to data-driven models, where the system actually learns the patterns and rules straight from the data. It's a total game changer for how business systems work.
And these are some of the tools of the trade. Now look, as a leader, you don't need to know how to code with these, but you should recognize the names. Scikit-learn, TensorFlow, Keras, these are the powerhouses your tech teams are using to build those data-driven models. This is basically the new vocabulary of how value gets created.
And one critical piece of tech to keep an eye on is robotic process automation, or RPA. It's all about automating those structured, repetitive digital tasks.
And the consensus on this is just overwhelming. I mean, look at this list. McKinsey, Deloitte, PwC, EY, Boston Consulting Group. Literally every major consulting firm sees RPA as a massive lever for transforming business.
After all this talk about tech and data and automation, let's bring it all back to the most important piece of the puzzle, the people.
This quote, this is basically the ultimate survival guide for the age of AI. The idea is, don't wait around for your skills to become irrelevant. Make them obsolete yourself. By always learning, always pushing, and creating new challenges, you stay ahead of the curve, ready to solve the problems that machines can't even see yet.
And so that's the question I really want to leave you with. In your business, on your team, and even in your own career, just think about it. What knowledge, what process, what old way of thinking will you choose to make obsolete tomorrow? Thanks for tuning in.